Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in to another episode with me. Happy Friday. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about what is at my hair kit. So as you guys can see, this is my hair kit right over here. I take this bag everywhere I go if it's anything hair associated. So in this bag, for example, this is the front, but right back over here, I have my curling iron. So obviously this curling iron I use for anything that has to do with curls. This is a 1-inch Hot Tools professional curling iron. Then right over here I have my LA Looks gel, one of the best gels I've ever used. And right over here I have a blow drying brush. I always tell all my clients to please come with their hair blow dried, but in the case that they don't have their hair blow dried, I always like to be prepared and just bring the brush just in case, along with the blow dryer, which usually I leave in my car. Right over here I have the clips that I use to pick up the hair. I usually only use one, but I like to carry 3 just in case to be, you never know what could happen. And I also have little black rubber bands in the case we do any braids or anything of that sort. I also have here black bobby pins along with extra rubber bands that I didn't use previously. I just put them right in here. On this side of the bag, I have here this rubber thing that goes on the table. So I use this whenever I'm curling someone's hair. I just put the curling iron on top just to avoid anything from burning or anything of that sort. And whenever I'm done using the curling iron, although it's hot, the rubber does hold the heat pretty well. So I just stick it right in here. I put it in the back of my bag and I'm ready to go for my next appointment. Obviously, I always clean all of my tools before I do any client's hair or anything of that. Okay, so let's get to the front of the bag. So right over here, as you can see, is nicely organized. Over here, I have all the brushes that I typically use for a service. So I have these 2 brushes which I usually brush the hair with, and I also tease the hair with, and these also have the tips in the end for you to make that straight line. And I also have this in order to lift up the hair or anything of that sort. So I also have here an extra brush. This brush is really good. It doesn't really pull the hair too much and it takes off the knots really easy. Right over here I have one of the best hairsprays ever. So this is a got to be glued. This will literally seal all your curls in together. It should last about to the end of the day. Right over here I have my working hairspray. Honestly, I don't just go for anything specific. I just typically just go to TJ Maxx and get one that's good on sale and has good hold. This one honestly cost me $6 and it's lasted me a good while and it holds the curls really good. Alright guys, so right in this bag I also have additional accessories for the hair. So in the case that the client wants to add something to their hair, I do like to come prepared and bring hair accessories for them to choose from. Of course, it would be an additional cost, but I like to give clients that option. Okay guys, so lastly, this is the bag that I typically use the most. This has everything that I possibly need in order to achieve the curls and for them to last long. So I have an extra brush with me right in here. And one of the most important things that you'll find in here, obviously besides any hairspray, is a heat protectant. This is super important. You cannot forget to put this onto your client's hair. So I always carry an extra one with me in the case that I run out during an appointment. So have a dry shampoo. As I mentioned before, my clients always have to come to their appointment with their hair clean and blow dried, but some clients just don't do as they're told. So you always need to come prepared, and right over here is the dry shampoo. So over here I have my texture spray from Tresemme. I like this one a lot for the reason that it creates a lot of texture and volume as you need, but you do have to be careful because it could leave the hair white once you spray too close or too much. Along with the textured spray, I also have a texture powder. It does the same thing. This one's just a powder and the other one is a texture spray. I like to have 2 just in case I run out of one. right over here, I have a wax putty. It's from Kenra. This is one of the best. I like to use this preferably when the client either has like really bad split ends, or when I'm doing braids or something. It's able to hold back the hair really nicely. You're not really gonna have any flyaways. And right over here is a wax spray. This is from Red Ken. I love this wax spray. I learned it in my last class that I took, and it is one of the best things I bought, for the reason that any flyaways that the client has after the curls or anything, it is able to tame them perfectly. I highly suggest this, even for daily use. I love it. And lastly, what I have here is a shiny spray. I mean, this is keratin oil and all that, but I just call it the shiny spray. So I like to spray this in the end when the service is done, just so it can add a little extra shine to the hair, especially if the client's hair is mostly dull. I like to add it on to add extra shine. So guys, as you can see, that's literally everything that I bring inside this bag. Kid you not, this bag probably weighs about 10 pounds, but it literally has everything that I possibly need and more. So just an advice, you know, a makeup artist to another, always come prepared and bring extra things. You never know when you're gonna run out of something, or if something happens, you need to have an extra backup. So guys, that's a wrap for today's episode. I hope you were able to learn a lot and take notes from all of this in order to maybe upgrade your kit one day. See you guys next Friday.